Hello, I'm Martin Fencka and welcome to the first episode of Let's Play Darkest Dungeon Black Reliquary. So Black Reliquary is a complete overhaul mod for Darkest Dungeon 1, and because of how much it changes the game, it's often being referred to as like Darkest Dungeon 1.5. For many of you, it's probably a surprise seeing Darkest Dungeon on my channel, because I don't think there are many people who remember the series that I made a long time ago, basically right after Darkest Dungeon 1 was released. And since then, I didn't really mention the game, talked about the game on my channel at all, because the expansions to DD1 didn't really add enough for me to like go for another series. Darkest Dungeon 1 was a bit of a disappointment for me. I'm not saying it's a bad game, it just doesn't really fit my taste as much as Darkest Dungeon 1. And with that, I thought that I was basically done with the brand. But then, like a year ago, I noticed this Black Reliquary thing mod being developed. So I checked it out. It was promising, but still pretty early in its development. So for a while, I just forgot about it until like a week ago. I noticed it's been released on Steam as like a finished mod. I'm not saying that the dev is done. They're still working at it, they're still adding new stuff to the mod, but at this point I guess they deem it worth like releasing for the public. So if you have Darkest Dungeon 1 with all the expansions, you can download it for free and try it yourself. And if you think about it, maybe it's not such a big surprise to see Black Reliquary on my channel, because I like to go for these difficult grindy games, then find a mod that takes all of this grind and difficulty to a ridiculous level, and if possible, set everything to the highest difficulty and then suffer, right? We have Vox Populi for Civ 5, we have Legends for Battle Brothers, and Black Reliquary fits that theme perfectly. So after playing Black Reliquary and testing it for like a week, I decided to start the series and share the suffering with you guys. I'm not sure if you're gonna like the mod, if you're gonna like the series, but I thought that it was definitely worth starting the series to find out. And even if in the end this is just a short series, I think it's still worth spreading the news about the mod, because I think there are many people who actually don't know about this and used to enjoy playing Darkest Dungeon 1, wouldn't mind returning to the game if there was something new, and this adds so much to the game. It makes it so much better if you like grind and if you like suffering. It's so much more difficult than the original game. But well, you'll see that in a minute when we jump into the game. Before we do that, I should probably mention that, as I said, this mod changes so much to the game that they even warn you when the game starts that even if you like know the original game, it's probably better to just forget everything that you know and just go through the tutorial. It's not really a tutorial, just read the pop-ups where they talk about the changes. So I'll make this first episode as a bit of an introduction. I won't really go too deep, but I will briefly mention at least the most noticeable and important changes. Now let's jump into the campaign. We'll create a new one, Reliquary. We're gonna call it Let's Play, and jump in. Okay, come on. I hope the loading screen won't take too long. I mean, there are not too many of them when we are starting.
You to my ship, under this scorching sun, in this vast desert, on these hallowed lands. There is much to be done. Settle in quickly. The reliquary awaits us.
What was I talking about? Oh, the loading screens. They're only loading screen when we are like starting the game, then loading into a dungeon and leaving the dungeon. So even if it takes a little bit longer, hopefully it won't be a huge problem. And here we can see it. Enabling the tutorials is recommended in capital letters. So that's why I want to go through some of the changes. And you can already see... yeah, that's not important. This is also not that important. You can already see that we are starting on an airship. For starting characters, where do we start? We have some... Let's just go through everything that's on the screen quickly. So the ship first.
It is not often you see a forge on a ship.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of talking as we enter each like cabin or room for the first time. But for those of you who know Darkest Dungeon, this won't be anything like new. It's just that we are on the ship, that the facilities look a little bit different. So here we have a forge where we can upgrade the gear of our heroes, training hall where we can upgrade their skills. Then we have Gaspard, where we can upgrade their camping and unlock their camping skills. Then we have a galley where we can reduce the stress of our heroes. Amber Workshop is a facility where we can convert this resource into these resources, and while we are doing that, reduce stress a little bit. And then we have an Amber Den where we can use the amber to heal a lot of stress. Then we have clinic where we can either remove diseases or unwanted quirks. Oddities dealer where we can buy trinkets, and the blank market where we can do the same. Funeral site, yeah, it will start filling up, and we don't really care about the helm too much. So each of these facilities can be upgraded, we can see here. That's nothing new, or we can unlock like more slots. All of this, or most of this, was already in the original game, just looked differently, but was the same thing, basically. Then we have a ferry that's not unlocked yet before the first mission. There we can recruit more heroes, and then we'll also unlock something called side decks, but that will take a while, so we'll get to that as it unlocks. Okay, that's one thing. Then resources, just quickly, gold. Then we have something called Matak, salvage jewelry, amber, valor marks. These are used to pay for the ship upgrades. Amber can be then transferred into refined amber dust, and I think the amber dust can then be traded for lost tech. But all of these are just resources that you use to buy upgrades on the ship. This is the rarest one, so the rarer the resource, the more like interesting upgrade you can buy for them, more or less. Here we have, yeah, side decks are locked. These are just news, I think. Situation report, inventory for trinkets. And this is just a little bit of an info about what these different icons mean, what kind of buff and debuff they are. And as you can see, there are quite a few icons, quite a few buffs and debuffs, with some explanation under there. Okay. What else? Then we have our heroes, and most of the classes were reworked. some more, some less. There were new classes added. And I don't think I want to go through like all of the abilities in detail. So I'll just like prepare the first run and briefly talk about the abilities that I decide to use and why I want to go for the specific like skill set. Yeah, that will be all, because if I went through everything, it would just take forever. For the different like setups, I will adjust the skill sets. So we will eventually probably look at all of the skills, but I don't want to do it right here, because as we enter the first dungeon, there will be more things to talk about, and I don't want this whole episode to just be explaining. It's probably also not necessary. So what did we get? We have the starting setup is always the same. At least the classes are the same, not the quirks. So we got what? Giant Slayer is nice. Coward. I mean, Coward is not great, but it's not the end of the world. Then we have Hard Skinned for Men-at-Arms is amazing. Fair player, damage versus it's not the end of the world. This is not the damage dealer mostly. Stress received if HP below 50% is annoying. You'll probably want to get rid of that. I may even keep the fair player for a while, I don't know. I really don't care about that. It's against stunned. Yeah, I think we can leave fair player. It's fine. On the like a main damage dealer, I of course want to get rid of it, but on the main tank, who cares? Then we have an occultist who is diffident. That's annoying. Actually, it might be guaranteed that the occultist gets diffident every single time. So there is 5% chance that at the start of every turn he receives 10 stress, which is really quite annoying, so we want to get rid of that. Other than that, superstitious is nice. I think this is mystical skill, yep. What else is mystical here? Ranged mystical is hand. That's mystical. This is melee. So it mostly matters for the artillery. That's nice. Then we have technical, bleed chance, blight chance. Debuff and mark chance is nice because we have both debuff and mark. That's a really good set of quirks. And the last one, we have a musketeer who is perfectionist. When she misses, she gets +5 stress, annoying, reckless, 6% crits received. That's also a pain in the ass. Hunter, damage against marked. This is not exactly a class that works that well with marked. So this is not really that great. Having this on like an arbalist or a bounty hunter or something like that would be amazing, but not the musketeer. Deadly is great though, of course. Okay, now, how much money do we have? 10,000. I can't really afford to spend too much. What I want to check are our camping skills. If we could grab something that would prevent nighttime ambushes. We already have Unspeakable Commune, so that's good enough. That means now we can embark.
Welcome to the valley. It is beautiful, but not forgiving, and the careless will know its wrath.
And here you can see that the areas that we will be exploring are different than the original game, and they are significantly different, like from each other. even like basic mechanics like torches in some cases work differently. The exposed interior is an example. Usually when you have a torch, you use it to increase your light level and that's it. In the exposed interior, you either doing the dungeon during the night and the light level is 0 and you can't do anything about it, or you're doing it during the day and the light level is always 100, and then you are using torches to, I think, increase your accuracy. That's the bonus. So you're using them like a combat buff. And also the graphics is completely different everywhere. The enemies, everything. It's I really, really like what they've done with this. They didn't only change how the game works mechanically. They completely changed the looks of the game. I'm really like enthusiastic about the mod. So, what are we doing here? Of course, this is the first mission, so we only have one option. This is the goal: complete 100% of battles. This is our reward. We'll get 2 trinkets. One increases experience, the other one reduces experience. This is an interesting one, but I'm not sure when you actually want to use it. Usually I want to gain experience, but maybe later in the game. I can't imagine using this to, like, on level 4 to prevent someone getting to level 5 too quickly. But well, that's not important right now. So let's check the setup that we have. Okay, we don't want. We can't really fit in the Iron Swan. We want Wicked Hack as our main attack. We want the Barbaric Yop as AoE stun. Then we want If It Bleeds to increase the reach to like the rank 3. And then we want to use Reckless Rage as a buff. For our tank, I don't think I want to use Bellow. What I want is, well, definitely Rampart for the stun and knockback. And also it moves the men-at-arms, so all the good stuff. Defender, definitely want that one. Most of the time we're gonna be defending the Hellion while she is doing all of the damage. Then we want Retribution for the Mark and Riposte. And the last one, I think I want Bolster. +5 dodge, -3 stress received, and -3% crit received for the whole group. Yeah. So that's the main tank. Then Occultist, our main healer. We don't have any class at least that would really work well with Mark, so we can pass on vulnerability hacks. Because the Occultist is in the 3rd rank, we can't use, unfortunately, Hands from the Abyss. Demon Pull, we could go for it, that one, but then what would I replace? I could maybe get rid of the Sacrificial Stab. The Occultist is not here to do damage, he's here for the Wild Reconstruction to heal as much as possible. We are definitely keeping the Abyssal Artillery, that's for sure. This is mystical. Maybe because we have Superstitious, I might actually do this. Although, if I do that, it will be impossible for me to attack rank 1 and 2. No, that's a bad idea. And we, of course, are keeping the Ember Curse to be able to apply Ember Blight. Yeah, I think we will stick to this. And our musketeer. So I want a secondary healer. I want to be able to switch ammo. Because that's, of course, the musketeer's main thing, having access to 3 different types of ammo, each kind of ammo doing something different. And now the question is, do we want to pick up smoke screen? Because stumble for 3 turns is amazing. It only has 60% chance to land, but even if it lands only like 1 or 2 people, it's still great. Also, we don't really have anything to do on prep round, and I'll talk about that when we get into the dungeon, what that is. I might actually pass up on the patch. With this, we wouldn't be able to hit rank 1. Break guard is nice, but not... Actually, I will pass on bombard. I really want that heal. Okay, so this is the skill setup for everyone. Now we have to buy some provisions.
As the age-old saying goes, how much is your life worth?
Yeah, quest duration has been adjusted. For the shorter dungeons, it's really not that noticeable, but when you go like medium or long, especially in some zones, it's insane how long the dungeons can be. Now, how much food do we want for this first one? I think 20 will be enough. I'll take 3 shovels, 2 bandages. I don't care about the cleansing salt, I think. If only I remembered the first dungeon, because the first dungeon is always the same. I want to take all archaeology kits, that's for sure. I think 1 key is enough. 10 torches. I don't think we need the laudanum. I will take one alum. What's the pronunciation here? Sensor, I think, and cleansing salt. Don't think we need the anti-venom for this. We don't have any trinkets. Okay, let's go. Curious how long it's going to take to load into the dungeon. Because even when I'm not recording, it's not instant. It's not that bad. Okay. Affiliations, yeah, that's new. Heroes all carry different beliefs in their hearts. Some are devout to light, some worship the pagan deities, and some reject goods entirely. What that means, that's here. Our Hellion is pagan. Man at Arms is religious. At this point, it doesn't really matter because we don't have any classes that would really have skills that are based on the affiliation, but some classes have skills that only work on a specific affiliation or work differently on each affiliation. So later, when you are putting together groups, you want to keep that in mind. Okay, let's go. Room 1. Additional hero information. Yeah, if you want to read these things, just pause the game, please. I won't read everything, only the stuff that I think is important to mention. Okay, that's our first fight.
Valley will be different from what you are accustomed to.
And this is one of the most important changes. Preparation is paramount. Enemies and allies alike take advantage of a moment to brace themselves during the first round of combat. Accuracy for ordinary attacks is halved and critical hits are impossible. Excuse me. However, some abilities can ignore the accuracy reduction of the prep round and can be used for an initiate strike. Additional, certain hero skills have their effects altered during the prep round, so be sure to read over your hero skills descriptions. So basically turn 1 is preparation, and you mostly want to use your buffs and debuffs. You can always read it in the description. For example, here ignores prep rounds, accuracy reduction, and on prep round specifically this skill debuffs targets, minus dodge, minus damage. And then otherwise, which means if not used on the prep round, it instead of debuffing, it stuns. So each class has some of these skills that are meant basically to be used on the prep round. And when you are preparing a skill set, you always want to like prepare a strategy for the first round, like who does what, who debuffs the enemies, who buffs the team. Then you want to have maybe heals available for first round. And I learned that having a good plan for the prep round makes a huge difference than throughout the whole dungeon, because it can make all the fights so much more like easier and organized in a way. But well, you'll see that later as we get to more difficult fights. Okay, so here we are starting with our Hylian using Rage, getting more damage. Then, because we don't have anything to heal, we are using Amber Curse to debuff the enemy. Dynamic quirks. Some quirks develop as a result of successful attacks against factional enemies. This can result in both positive and negative quirks based on the specific faction that are fought. So here, did we get... Right, we just got the Levantine Nemesis quirk, which increases our damage and accuracy against Levantine as a type of an enemy, which are these, like, typical human guys. Then, what else do we have here? Men-at-Arms, first turn. We're gonna use Bolster to buff up the whole team. One-time use, lasts the whole combat. And here we don't really have much to do. Unfortunately, Musketeer is not great for the prep round, especially when there is only like rank 1 on the enemy side. So we'll just go for an empty heal. Doesn't matter, we want to just do something. Okay, and again, in this situation, the Musketeer kind of sucks when it comes to dealing damage. That's why I took the heal. Because often when the enemies are down to the last mob, this is the situation where you are trying to stall a little bit and heal. So this is where we mostly want to use the patch up anyway. So I actually don't really care about not having any attacks. It can bite me in the ass. It's possible that at some point it's gonna bite me in the ass. But most of the time I think I prefer the heal. Okay, no reason to heal with the occultist. Let's just do some damage. Here, we can just try to go for the stun. Didn't land. And finish the fight. Of course, it's just the first fight, so it doesn't matter. That heal was from the Enrage. When Enrage healing kills someone, it heals you like 6-7 hit points. Now, loot. I didn't really notice anything that different when it comes to the inventory. So we just pick up everything. What did we get? Book of Constitution, plus 20% symptom disease resist, minus 50% symptom disease progression rate. That's not super useful. In Black Reliquary, diseases actually develop when you are infected by something. You first get symptoms that, when they are untreated, they can develop into a disease. And of course, the longer you leave that untreated, the more you let it develop, the worse it becomes. So I think that's also a new mechanic, basically, compared to how this worked in vanilla. Okay, here I definitely want to stay above 75 light. We don't have any trinkets, and the fights, as you fight more enemies, those fights get really difficult. So with no trinkets, everyone on level 1, I really don't want to go dark. Okay, here. This vending golem wants this thing. We should get some trinkets. Yep.
These artifacts are
That's
precious.
also scripted. And this is for our tank, if I remember correctly. Healing received, yes. Protection crits received, yes. And damage crit, accuracy, speed. I think the Hellion is the main damage dealer, so I want to buff her up as much as possible. Okay, which way do we go now? Doesn't matter. Let's go this way. Sure, let's go this way. And because I really like to suffer, I like to full clear my dungeons as much as possible. It's of course not possible every time, but if I can, then I want to just squeeze out as much as possible from every dungeon, sometimes even if I shouldn't do it. So that adds maybe some unnecessary difficulty to my runs. Okay, now if I remember correctly, the Primeval Vase should give us the most with the archaeological kit. Another trinket for bounty hunter, stun skill chance, move skill. This is good. A key, some onyx, great. It's important that we get as much money as possible. Nice.
Be more careful.
Because it's very easy to go broke in the early game. It happened to me, and it can happen very easily. So every gem is so valuable. Now, Stone Reliquary, I think, opens up with a key. Reveals great wealth. Yeah, I'll take that. That's what, 1500-ish? Good. Keep going. Okay, this guy is annoying as hell.
Teach them the truth.
Can I do anything about him? This one is gonna guard him. If I play it right, I might be able to stun the guard and kill this one first. Okay, so let's Umberblight him. It's 92 hit points, so that's a lot. Always the same thing here. Oh, and by the way, as you encounter more and more enemies and they do more and more of their abilities, you can actually see what their skills do in their description, and how they can be used. I love that. I'm not sure if that was in the original game. I don't think so. It's so helpful when you actually know what the enemies can do. Bolster. There is the guard. So all hits against this guy are transferred to the guard. And here... I'm not sure that the debuff will really do anything useful. Take 4 damage. Stumble. What's your move resist? 40%, 30%. I mean, we could try that. Or, you know what? Let's just heal. I think it's better. Okay. So we can't stun. I think if I should just kill this guy. Stun resist. Nah, I'll just kill him. So let's switch to what is it? I'm not sure how this ammo is called, but it's the one that applies bleed sometimes. You have 65 stun resist. I could maybe try it if we get lucky and stun this guy. It'd be great. It actually worked. And then let's go for the retribution. Activate the mark because I want them to attack our tank, of course. Now. There is a dodge. And horrific blaze, yep. Hit 2 people. Apply horror debuff, so stress dot. And one is really nasty. Okay, because we just stunned him, he has now increased stun resistance, so no reason to try that again. I might just knock this corpse back. Because against this guy there is no reason really to protect anyone. No, actually I can knock it back. I will be able to hit him no matter what. Ah, whatever, we'll just attack. Oh, come on, really? 2 in a row? Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of stress. Come on, stun. There we go. At least we are lucky with those stuns. Give me a lucky crit. Or at least, please don't miss.
Hulking mass means nothing to a fierce warrior.
And what is this? Another trinket. Preserving vial. Minus 20% blight duration received. Minus 20% bleed duration received. I mean... I'm gonna equip it now. Because we don't have anything else, but... It's quite bad. How are we doing here? I probably should have bought some laudanum with me. I forget that it's guaranteed to run into this flamethrower guy. Yeah, that's a lot of stress. Okay, this one shouldn't be that bad because these don't really use any stress attacks. It's a lot of hit point damage, but we should be able to heal through that. Here, I think I want to go for the stumble now. Good. Oh, that's the... what's the name? That's the diffident proc. I don't think I'll bother with the Amber Blight here. I just want to kill two of them as quickly as possible. These two. Okay, that's great. There's a stun. Oh, really? Actually, that wasn't too bad. The damage is spread out like this. It's probably better, actually. If he goes with his single target attack, I've seen that single target attack to crit for like 50 damage. What's going on? You missed like everything with the Hellion. You have like no armor. Let's go with the bleed. Oh, come on.
We must care for one another.
At least their accuracy is about as good as mine. Nice.
True.
Oh really? That's 5% twice in one fight.
Devastated.
At least some stress reduction. It's not much, but every bit helps, and it's also a heal. I think he had a stun resist from previous turns, so didn't really expect the stun to land. But it could land now. Oh, nice crit. And there is the stun. Okay, let's squeeze everything we can from the free round. And if we get a kill here, that should also be another heal. Good. So yeah, as you can see, hit points
Skirmish. Another
are
step forward.
usually manageable with the right composition, but managing stress, that's always a pain in the ass. What did we get? Idol of Insurrection? 5% accuracy versus 17. Crit versus 17. Damage versus 17. 15% stress received. That is a nice trinket. Against the right enemy. Okay. Let's equip that. And keep going. So far, we have been pretty lucky with trinkets. Scouting. Okay, so at least 2 fights to go. I don't really remember this thing, but I'm pretty sure whenever there are gems, archaeology kit works, right?
Our cause is righteous.
Now,
But
can we fit
requires
all of
balance.
this into the inventory? Yes, we can. As I said, I want to explore everything. Here we can just check it
I am sure
this
the previous
way.
owner will not mind.
There is my laudanum. Okay, let's get rid of the cleansing salt. Don't care about the honing oil that much, really. Can pick up the key and we'll leave the honing oil behind.
Take up the spades. This is nothing to trouble ourselves over.
Oh, there is a trap. We might use it to drop some stress. What is your chance this time? 70, 60, 60. Please don't fail. I'm not sure if it's actually guaranteed in the first dungeon that you disarm the first trap. Oh, there's another trap, okay. That's a pretty decent stress reduction. Okay, so we are in good enough shape to jump into another fight. Surprised. Enemy surprise has been adjusted. It is now a fixed 15% chance. In addition to delaying enemy actions, it now applies a 1-turn stumble. Stumble means that stumbled character at the start of its move randomly changes position. It's pretty powerful. And reduces enemy accuracy by another 50% on the first turn. Or while they have the surprise debuff, basically. This makes moves that would normally hit during the prep round only hit 50% chance of hitting, while other moves have their accuracy reduced to the 5% hit maximum. Certain enemy factions, specifically those found in low light, are immune to being surprised. So surprise is pretty strong. Okay, what are we looking at here? We need to get rid of this guy as soon as possible. Don't care about healing right now. Let's go for the curse. Unfortunately, it's basically guaranteed that this guy guards the archer. Or guarantee. It's very likely, let's say. And they already have stumble. What else can we do to them? Minus 25 prod, minus 3 accuracy. Accuracy debuff isn't bad. And this gives a 3-turn stumble. You know what? I think I will do it. But stumble messes up the archer so much. Okay, that gives him riposte and marks him.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that was effective. Now, I guess I'll have to take that riposte. Let's go for... How much armor do you have? None. Let's go for the bleed. Oh, okay, that sucked. Come on. Nope. Alright, I forgot he has 80% stun resist. Well. And there is the guard. You still have riposte, so let's just go for a heal. I don't want to take another crit.
The wound closes. The bones are mended. Press on.
Come on, really? It's 5%, it's proccing like every other turn.
Strike them down. Do
Nice.
not relent. Drives them to
And
the
another
ground.
crit. Yeah, I'll take that. Everything that reduces stress is super valuable. And that's a heal. Good.
Wars consist of a great many battles. Continue.
The plan here is to camp at the end of the dungeon, because our ability that prevents nighttime ambushes also gives us a stress dot. So I want to immediately leave the dungeon after the camp.
We follow the ever-guiding light.
Yep, I'll gladly eat. If I remember correctly, the hunger works exactly the same as it used to. Okay, what do we want to take here? We can take the key, we can take the no, we don't need to take the archaeology kit. Yeah, we don't need that. We want to take the herbs, because in the next fight we are guaranteed to be infected, I think. Cleansing salt. Can we equip trinket? What do we have? That's bounty hunter only. Thought we had a trinket in the inventory. No. Is there anything that we could throw away? I guess not. Let's leave the cleansing salt. Yeah, this guy. That's scripted. Okay, which one do we want to get rid of first? Probably this guy. That's he can do like an AoE stress. It's not really an attack. It's like he buffs his team, and that gives us some stress at the same time. Guess I'll go for the curse on him. Yep, there it is. Symptoms, diseases. Your hero has a symptom. Diseases begin with symptoms which are more gentle than fully contracted diseases. Disease kit provision items can be used to further treat these symptoms and diseases to lessen their effects, but they, bearing few exceptions, can only be removed in the clinic. That's why they are so annoying. Okay, stumble time. And of course he's protecting him. That's fine. That's less fine, but still manageable. Okay, well, let's go after this guy then. This one we don't really care about. Actually try to stun him, drop the guard. There we go. It's probably not, yeah, that's not enough by like 1 hit point. Great. Well, since the healer is so low, I guess I will go for the kill there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Do you know what? Let's go for a heal. Good. That's great, actually. So here we can... do we have anything against the blight? Not really. But we can use the disease kit to lessen the symptoms. When we check that, it's here, treated cough. The effect would be double if it wasn't treated. For cough, it's not the end of the world, but some diseases are really nasty. I'm not sure what's wrong with the healing today, but she's been missing so often. That was nice. Come on, you can do it. Nope. What the? I know that she's not the class with like the highest accuracy, but she shouldn't be completely useless. That's fine-ish. Come on, kill. There we go. That's another heal. And this is some work for the occultist. That's what I call a heal. Okay, make sure that the main healer is as healthy as possible. Feels like she has like 30% accuracy or something. At this point, I think I just want to end the fight as quickly as possible rather than go for a heal. Never mind. Thought I'd be fast enough to kill him. Well, in that case, let's wait and at least get this heal. Good. One more room to go. I'm actually not sure if there is one more fight or not. I guess we'll find out soon. Taken way too many torches. Okay, so here... this one, if used with archaeology kit, I think gives a quirk. Like zone-specific quirk. And I'm not sure if I want that. Or if I touch it with the hand, there is a chance to get scouting, which also is not the most amazing thing ever. You are what, Giant Slayer? I think if I want to make one of these guys like specialist for how is this area called? Catacombs, I think. I could maybe no, not occultist. Occultists are so important. We could make you specialized for this area. Catacombs Explorer. 20% trap disarm chance in that's great because that's 90% at this point. And interacting with traps and obstacles in Catacombs successfully gives dodge and speed. Sure, I'll take that.
No challenge is without its
So
barriers,
you
both proverbially
should get the buff
and
now.
physically.
Yes. Really?
This land is
Really?
filled with unseen dangers.
Okay, I think there is one more fight. And this one can be pretty nasty. This is ridiculous. It's proccing so often. Okay, so we want to get rid of these two as quickly as possible. Surprisingly, not the guy in the back. Options. Let's curse one of them. Oh, can he remove the blight? I don't think so. He can remove the debuff. I don't think he can remove Amber Blight there. New statuses, whatever. Your hero is expiated. New statuses are applied in combat from both friends and foes, such as Amber Blight, Expiation, and Enraged. Amber Blight applies an ongoing debuff to the target. Expiation damages the target whenever they attack and will end after triggering 3 times, dealing damage to target on its next 3 attacks and healing the opposite team after its next attack. And Enrage buffs the target, also providing them with healing upon killing their enemies. Hover over the status icon unaffected target for more information, so we can check it here. That's what Amber Blight does. If you could please stop doing that. On non-killing attack, debuffs self 15% damage. On friendly target abilities, debuffs self 15% damage received. So it is quite annoying because it lasts basically the whole fight. Okay, healing. Do we care about healing here? No. We want them to start moving around. Come on, hit. That's good enough. Oh, but I didn't land here. We landed the stumble only here, not here. Let's go with the Abyssal Artillery. I was hoping for a crit. Yeah, and that heal was from the expiated. It is really annoying. Armor piercing. No, this is what we want. That's annoying. If he landed, no, he didn't land the stun. Okay. We have bandages, so let's actually use it. This is the last room. Kill him, get a heal. That's okay-ish. Okay, I think now when this guy is guarded, we get rid of the friar. Or at least try it. I think single target in this case. Yep. Come on. There we go. Hammer of Fate is fine, doesn't really do anything. Guarded is gone. Let's try to go for a stun. Nope. Come on, crit. Nope. Don't really care about the bleed. That's a nasty heal. Stop that. Good. I don't think this guy can reach our occultist. I hope I'm not wrong. What's your resistance to stun? 50. Land. Nope.
We must care for one another.
Okay, so from this position, he can reach him. I'm not sure if he can reach him from the first rank.
What a death stroke.
Get rid of the corpse. I like this that when you get a kill with rage, or when you destroy a corpse with rage, it actually heals as well. Okay, good. Now we can just attack. Great. Yep. That's how I felt the whole run whenever the Hellion was attacking. Miss, miss, dodge, miss. Are you dead? Yes. So in that case, let's try to get rid of another corpse. Actually, it doesn't matter. This is the last fight. The only thing that would do anything would be a crit to reduce the stress, and that's probably not happening. So let's just end it.
An adequate performance for now.
Okay, at this point, we can drop that. We can drop that. Quest completed, but we are not done yet.
Recover, prepare. Come dawn, we march.
Now that's 1% with 0 stress. Next thing that we want to make sure that we don't get ambushed. And that's the stress dot that I want to avoid. 11, 13, 56. So yeah, we are not getting rid of that completely. Can reduce it a little bit, but not enough. Can we heal? Cure blight, cure bleed. Probably can't heal disease, right? That would be asking too much. Oh, Revel is nice. Let's do Revel. But in the end, it's 21 stress. That's worst case scenario. We can use the occultist.
Against the light, our foes will fall.
Okay, so 10,500, that's not bad. And some of these for upgrades, actually pretty bad, only 11. Experience adjustments. Heroes gain Resolve XP for each successful quest. Resolve XP determines the hero's Resolve level. Resolve XP gain and requirements have been adjusted to smooth out the progression curve for the course of Black Reliquary's campaign. So what did we get? Wow. Only positive quirks. I'm impressed. Irrepressible, 50% ability chance. 15% armor piercing. Why can't I get the lethal here? And Clotter, bleed resist. I mean, what? Actually, bleed resist isn't bad on the squishier people because they can get completely destroyed by some of the stronger bleeds. Oh, back to the Flameseeker.
When was it when we had last met? I believe.
New skills and AoE crits. Well, the important thing here is that crit multiplier has a negative modifier. The more it targets, it hits. So you are very unlikely to like crit the whole enemy team. What they are trying to do here, the theme is the same for all the combat adjustments. Basically, is to make the fights less, or like decrease the amount of cheesy tactics that you can use. For the prep round, they clearly don't want to have situations where you, or more importantly the AI, gets to attack before you can react and just crits one-shot someone. And then this also, like, if you get really unlucky against an AoE attack, then there can be a crit that just one-shots your whole team. And they want to prevent that from happening. And then some crazy combination that the players can find also can like give you a huge crit chance modifier. Then you use an AoE attack and like one-shot the enemy team. So they just want to get rid of things like this. So we unlock the ferry. Other than that, nothing really interested on the first week. So this is the ferry where we are getting new heroes. This is, I think, guaranteed that you get the Vestal and Crusader every time. Archaeomania, oh, that sucks. Chance to forcibly interact with quirks-related curious. I hate these negative quirks that give you a chance, and this is 50%, so it's pretty high. A chance that people who are not supposed to do it touch the curious, and they just touch everything with hand, right? So only bad things happen. Perfectionist, this is fine. She is not in the team to attack. Amber Symbiosis, not great for Vestal. Thick-blooded, yeah, this is just bad overall. The positive stuff is not really that impactful, and the negative stuff, especially this, really sucks. But we don't really have a choice.
Faith and
we have to take both of them. What about you?
Unbalanced,
okay, weak finish. Not great, but I'm mostly using the Crusader as a tank rather than damage dealer. Skilled Gambler and Bolt Bleeder, Accuracy while bleeding, whatever. Oh, again, like, pretty bad.
Would-be holy warriors plague these lands.
Okay, so here the upgrade, we want definitely to upgrade the, not this one, the sails and cabin to get more options. I want to go as much as possible, because as you can see, sometimes you can get the pretty garbage heroes. And until we have at least like 20 people, I want to have options. Other than that, can't really do anything else. I'll be saving salvage jewelry for excuse me, for treatment ward upgrade. That's here. We get first patient cells. Medical ward upgrade. This one heals diseases that we don't really care about that much. Diseases are not that common, so most of the time, at least from my experience, I can't remove quirks fast enough. With diseases, I'm usually fine. When you have 2 slots, usually can treat whatever you need to treat, and You don't really have problems with people waiting for a treatment. But removing quirks is a very different story. So I want to unlock this, and then for 32 unlock a second slot here. I'm not sure if it's worth going for the third one, because there it's already pretty expensive here. The jewelry is quite rare. But yeah, I definitely want the second slot as soon as possible. Okay, now when we are here, may as well get rid of the cough before it gets worse. And I have to figure out what the team is going to be. That's the thing. Ideally, I'd like to send the occultist to get rid of the stress. And go in... what would it be? It would be weird. 1, 2, 3, 4. I so don't want to take the Vestal with us. Yeah, I think I will just take the Crusader instead of the Hellion. We will take the Occultist, even though he has some stress. But at least he doesn't have any completely bullshit quirks. I mean, Diffident is bullshit enough, but it's not as bullshit as Archaeomania. And we will get rid of that one. Is there anything else? Reckless, Perfectionist, Unbalanced, Weak Finish. Weak Finish sucks. Because we will be using the Crusader as a damage dealer. This is weird comp, like really weird. It lacks damage. Can I upgrade the Forge? No, not the Forge. The other one, Training Hall. I can't. 25. Would it be possible if I use the Amber? 4, 6. I could do it. Try the Amber. Go for the skill upgrades. And then this is not a huge upgrade, but it's only 400 gold, and we are using bolster every time, so definitely use that one. This is a stun plus 10% increased accuracy, so definitely upgrade that. Excuse me. This is the riposte, so again, increased accuracy, increased crit. This is most likely the skills that we'll be using again, so the same stuff. For you, that's not much, but every point of healing actually matters. Here I want to increase the stumble chance, that's 70%, okay. Definitely want that, and then the single target, more bleed, 100 accuracy, extra crit, yeah, for sure. So that's rank 4, rank 3, rank 2, rank 1 then. Or the rank 1 and 2 we can switch, that doesn't really matter. And for you, that's then gonna be... that. Definitely the heal, of course. I think I'll leave these three. We'll just go with the same skill set. The team is, or the team setup is almost identical. So no reason to change skills. But eventually I want to upgrade the remaining as well. I just don't want to spend the money right now. Okay, so this helps. Maybe I'll have some upgrades, and that also means assign and embark. No. What we want is for you to drop Archaeomania. Yes, please. Good. So next time, we check embark. What are we doing? I can probably, yeah, go like this. I will do the trinkets probably off camera. And what are the options? Well, we don't even have these three unlocked yet. We'll unlock them after the next run. We definitely don't want to do veteran dungeons. No way. We don't want to do even medium stuff yet. For a while, probably first like 10 rounds are gonna be short apprentice level catacombs. We need to get some trinkets, we need to get some experience, we need to get money, and we want to get all of that as safely as possible. So trinkets, that's what decides. Protection, damage, mystical skills, accuracy, damage. I want to get crit trinkets if possible. And the dodge trinket. Mystical skills. What are mystical damage dealers? There are really not that many. Don't like the combination of offensive and defensive abilities on one trinket, or offensive and defensive stats. I guess I'll just go for the arcane armlet. It's mystical, but at least it's both offensive. So what is this? Explore 90% of rooms. But that will be next time. Next time, because there hopefully won't be any explaining anymore. I would like to try to do like 2 short dungeons per episode. So I'll try to go a little bit faster. But yeah, that's next time. For today we are done, so I hope that you like this episode, and I hope that you don't mind me returning to one of the older games with a new mod that I personally really enjoy playing. I hope that you liked watching me play. I hope that you're gonna join me for the next episode again, and until then, have a good time. Bye bye.